pour regarder les FNCS, les gars, en labo de combat. Du coup, bon, voilà, salut à tous les gens de la rediff. Ok, on peut changer d'apparence. Ah, ok, nickel. Donc, du coup, là, les gars, j'avais envie de changer de skin pour regarder ces FNCS, les gars. Quoi de mieux que le skin FNCS, parce que j'ai déjà gagné FNCS. Non, je gagne. Bref. Attends, mercenaire. Je trouve ça stylé de changer de skin. Du coup, voilà, les gars. Donc, pour le premier en Europe, on a 800 000. What? Ok, les gars, je crois qu'il descend en Europe, on a 800 000. En NA Est, on a 500 000. Dans N. Donc, ça descend. Je vais juste vous monter le son parce que je crois qu'il est pas.
Become everyone's nemesis with the Last Laugh bundle featuring the Joker, Poison Ivy, Midas Rex, matching cosmetics, and 1,000 V-Bucks. You can pre-order the bundle through your favorite retailers and it will be available on November 17th. So definitely check out the blog for all the details. And if you can't wait for more DC characters, Harley Quinn, Catwoman, and my personal favorite Batman will be back in the item shop for a limited time. Get their cosmetic sets before they disappear into the night.
Ils sont en train de tuer Batman
and of course, let's not forget.
Ça va être good.
And of course, let's not forget Joyride has hit the game, and we will not be seeing vehicles in the competitive playlist. So keep that in mind as we are watching. Guys, I did kind of touch on it just a moment ago. We do have those other regions that are facing off.
J'ai cru au milieu c'était de rugby. J'ai dit oh.
Yeah, I think we should for sure because the competition over there was a preview of everybody else. These guys got the first taste of the grand finals action. And if you watched last night, it was certainly nice. We got to award our first action champion.
Vous activez la webcam du clavier, les gars, la webcam. Parce qu'elle est pas très utile, je crois. Aucun voit, ça me dérange un peu. Est-ce que je mets la N-cam comme masse? Voilà, on se la met comme masse, mon bras. Oh, le sang incroyable, ma dégaine quand je vais faire. Mais en remettant, je m'en bats les couilles. Du coup,
yeah, it was ridiculous. And this man was contested too. For yours unfamiliar with what that means, that means off spawn when he dropped, there was somebody fighting him, which means that it's very difficult to do what he did. But 75 points. And something else to note about Jinx, this is a man of stature, somebody who has won the previous FNCS, so he was already holding on to that axe of champion. He gets to maintain going into this season.
Winners stay winning because it's fall from second place all the way down to 10th. Very familiar names. Refalse, Asfit, Rax, Worthy all the way up to second, Sore, Leia, Moose, Link at 7th, and then Fresh at 6th, who's playing so
non, regardez, il y a que 10 000 de casse. En fait, non, ça c'est les dernières cups, les dernières FNCS. Le classement dernier FNCS. Ok, les gars, est-ce qu'on va voir un joueur qu'on connaît?
These guys got broken down. 40 points down to 36.
Allez les gars, on va en français. Qui en a qualifié ici? De nom comme ça, là, j'en connais aucun pour l'instant. Je sais pas si on va reconnaître les gars. Parce que je connais pas vraiment les noms.
We will more than likely see this in EU unless someone decides to break away. With that being said, though, Asia also has a champion, Graham #1, holding down that #1 spot, 47 points, no victorials, but 11 elimination and an average placement of 25th. That in itself is a statement to be made, and now he will hold the Axe of Champions high.
But it was so close, Seek. Look at the eliminations, 11 for him over 6 games. That is slightly under 2 elims. And you know what? It counts. Everything matters. Tiebreakers certainly do in this case. 3 people tied for points at first place. That is ridiculous. Unheard of. Haruhiko coming in second, and Peter Pan. Unfortunately, these guys fell with the tiebreaker of eliminations. Fram will win the Asia region.
Still, another tiebreaker back-to-back, 44 points, 4 ways through, from 3rd all the way down to 7th place. That is insane to see. Still, that story continues on the 2nd page. Asia was so close, so competitive. And as you mentioned, Bala, every elimination did indeed matter. Once again, Rizart down to Riru from 11th to 13th place. They were tied. You go all the way down to 18th to 20th. Wildhawk, Bob, these guys were tied too, and it was their individual performance every game that stood out. So remember, every single game we watched today, every single play matters the most.
And That's right, man. And this is something we're going to talk about for the whole time, right? Is every interaction matters. Every time two people square up, one of them will be eliminated, while the other is allowed to continue moving, earning those points, while the other is lost at those
voilà, ça joue. C'est tout, non?
Insane legendary names looking to get another title under their belts.
Reason was on that page too, the player who won Heat 4 against people like Letwick. Flowis came out of Heat 1 with a dominant performance. We're going to be looking at him to see if he can maintain a good start out of the early game. Tayson, who had the first start in Heat 2 with the back-to-back victory royales, and we've talked about before about how much that matters. His lead was almost insurmountable after only 2 games.
And whether you're watching in-game in Party Royale or anywhere online, just pick a name over here, follow it through, find a new favorite player, and follow your favorite old ones too, like Ledshi, like Fasroki, XW2, who's an insane winner, winning back-to-back games through all stages of the competition. These guys are about to play some of the hardest games of their lives and are going to give us some of the best Fortnite we have ever watched.
And yesterday was literally like a little taste of that, right? And we've seen these pockets of people already setting their eyes on grand finals. Today will bring some of the best Fortnite we've ever seen. I mean, there's no way of knowing. Will someone break away and hold off strong? Will people go head to head and kind of pull each other back? And at the very end, someone will cross the finish line. No way of knowing, guys. This will all unfold before our very eyes.
Yeah, I mean, Zeke usually asks me the question, who do you think is going to win? I'm going to answer before you get to ask any one of these 100 players because they all deserve it, 100%, all the way up to this point. I'm serious. It's anyone's game. Every single person on all those pages for Europe are so good.
And I want to add one thing to that too, because it might be anybody's game, but also think about the fact that one player after all of this out of 100 is going to be walking away.
Oh, j'ai réussi à le tag. Insane, les gars, j'ai mis de la peinture sur sa gueule.
Yesterday we got to see the top 25 move on, and we thought about which 75 would fall. Now it's the 99 that will not make the cut. With that being said, though, let's take a look at a replay that has led us to this point.
Yeah. If you haven't joined us on the broadcast just yet, there was 4 heats to play through. Each of those had 100 players. Top 25 moved on from every single one of them. We're watching the winner of heat number 1, and we're highlighting him because he won in a surprising fashion, coming out from behind and dueling a lot of other top players, and he did it with style, winning a game with something like 5 eliminations and then taking the lead from there and being consistent all the way through. That's why Advise is certainly somebody to pay attention to.
Yeah, the name to remember is Wave Advise, especially anyone having Wave in front of their names, but just look at the way he broke down every game. It wasn't something under control for him at all times. It was always back against the wall, but always found a way through to win every single time.
And he was dueling against players like Clement, who are going to be here today. But moving on into Heat 2, if you missed that one, this was electric. This was fantastic. We already talked about Tayson's back-to-back, but he did it again with style, too. That's why we have to keep an eye on him going into this. There's some interesting things about him. We saw a sneak peek about that landing spot, and that's where our previous FNCS Invitational Solo champion came from. His dual partner, Janice.
Janice is playing today too, so these guys will have to face off against each other at the same drop spot, in the same end games, and it's unpredictable as to what will actually end up breaking down.
So là, je t'arrête, mais gars, c'est de la merde la FNCS. J'ai pas envie de les regarder, ça m'a déjà cassé les couilles. Insane, quoi.